All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday. Sorry I couldn't come in today. All right, I'll make a short video just on section 3 and then maybe a little bit of section 4, just so we stay on pace for chapter 9. Just so you know, if you have not already submitted chapter 8 vocab, please do that now. Pause the video, just go submit chapter 8 vocab. It's worth a quiz grade. It has to be submitted by the end of your class. We have our test on Tuesday on chapter 8 and chapter 9. And then next Friday, we have chapter 9's vocab due. I'll repeat that one more time for everybody. If you haven't submitted chapter 8 vocab, please do that now. If you have not submitted chapter 8 vocab, please do that now. We have our test on Tuesday on chapters 8 and 9. And then we have chapter 9 vocab due on Friday of next week. Okay? All right, we are on section 3. Yesterday we finished talking about our reputation or another person's good name. We talked about what happens if a good reputation is lost, how difficult it is to get it back. If we damage somebody else's reputation, it's a serious matter. So we have to be very careful when it comes to other people's reputations. All right, section 3 deals with telling the truth. Okay. I start section 3 with this question: do you have to speak to lie? No. Lying is deliberately misleading another person. We communicate through speech, phone, email, internet, body language. Communication is mostly body language. So can you lie with your body language? Absolutely. By tricking a person through our actions or by not acting when a lie is being told, we are supporting that lie. When we keep a promise in action, a promise, that is the truth in action. I mentioned yesterday the old adage of mom or dad: if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it. Now, sometimes, along with speaking the truth, sometimes it's a good idea or a prudent decision. Prudent is an unofficial vocab word. Okay. Sometimes it's a good idea to not speak at all. Sometimes we should not tell other people what we know. Okay, if we discover something that we shouldn't know or something that could hurt somebody's reputation, sometimes it's a good idea to keep it a secret for that person's reputation. Now, if we find out something that could cause harm or put somebody in danger, telling somebody is a good idea. But should we necessarily tell our friends at the lunch table, or should we tell an authority figure like a teacher or a guidance counselor? It should be a teacher or a guidance counselor. Okay? If you find something out about somebody that could hurt their reputation, telling a teacher would be or a parent or a guidance counselor would be the proper step. Going to your lunch table and telling your lunch table about it just leads to gossip. Okay, we don't need to necessarily speak the truth. Sometimes it is more charitable. It is the proper thing to stay silent. I believe it was our mother or father that says, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. Sometimes it's a good idea to just not say anything. We start this slide talking about the violations of the 8th commandment. Okay, we have false witness to start off. False witness is the sin of giving an untrue testimony. Okay, if Mr. Kirk calls you into his office to ask you if you saw something, if you lie to him and say you did not, when you did, you are giving false witness. Lying to someone or lying about someone. We have lying in general. Okay? Lying is anytime we deliberately try to mislead another person. We must always tell the truth, especially to those people that have the right to know. Teachers, parents, guidance counselors, anybody who's in a position of authority. Then we have detraction. Detraction is the sin of using the truth irresponsibly or maliciously to hurt another person's reputation. I want you to do something here with detraction. I want you to underline the T's in detraction. And then I want you to underline the T's in truth. When we talk about the sin of detraction, it is using the truth to hurt somebody. Okay, because in a couple of slides, we're going to see how we can use actual lies to hurt somebody. All right, if we are guilty of the sin of detraction, okay, your friend maybe tells you something that is a secret between you and them, or they want, but just between you, and you go and tell the whole lunch table to get a rise and get a good laugh out of everybody. That would be using the truth that we know about somebody to hurt their reputation. Okay, section 3 continues with these vocabulary words. Okay, these vocabulary words can be found on page 150 of the textbook. Just so you know, when you are writing these vocabulary words, you do not need to write the example. Do not write the example. Okay, when you're on page 150 and you're looking at the vocab words, you do not need to write the example. If you write the example, you are going to be writing paragraphs upon paragraphs. Just write the actual definition. Obviously, you could find them in the glossary too. Okay, we have a couple of vocab words here. Hypocrisy, slander, flattery. Hypocrisy, you've probably heard of a hypocrite before. Okay, and somebody who is a hypocrite is somebody who says one thing and does another. Somebody who pretends to be better than they really are. You're a hypocrite if I'm a hypocrite if I tell you every weekend to go to Mass and I don't go to Mass. I'm a hypocrite if that is true. Somebody tells you to do something and doesn't do it themselves. Okay, hypocrisy is when we pretend that we are better than we really are. Slander. Slander is saying something that is false about somebody else. Okay, it's making up a lie to hurt their reputation. Okay, also known as calumny. All right, the sin of saying something false. You make up false information about somebody to hurt their reputation or for somebody to look at that person differently. And then we have flattery. Flattery is false or exaggerated praise. All right? Okay, like you go up to your teacher every day and compliment them on their clothes or their hairstyle or their teaching style, not because you are really complimented, but because you want a good grade on a project or a homework that you did not work too hard on. All right, it's giving praise for the wrong reasons. Praise not necessarily because there is praise worthy of being given, but praise because you have a different angle. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it for today. For the rest of class, could you work on your vocabulary? Again, we're going to have our test on Tuesday, and our vocab is going to be due on Tuesday. If you have not submitted Chapter 8's vocabulary, please do that by the end of class. Thank you very much. Have a good day. The last slide, where we deal with the violations of the 8th commandment, deal with these last 3 vocabulary words. Just again, for personal reference, see the textbook on page 150 for examples and more in-depth definition. Okay, rash judgment is judging other people's behavior as wrong without enough evidence. All right, for example, if your friend tells you that they didn't go to Mass this weekend, so you automatically judge their behavior as wrong, and you automatically are thinking, oh, they're such a sinner, oh, they tell Mr. Brennan they always go, when in fact you realize a few periods later that they might have missed Mass on Saturday or Sunday because a family member was rushed to the hospital. They might have tried their best to get there, but you didn't get the whole story. Ultimately, it's not up to you or I to judge as somebody's behavior is right or wrong. That is only up to God. It's not up to us to judge another person's behavior. But unfortunately, because we are human, it's something that we sometimes do. Judge other people's behavior as wrong without knowing the whole story. Next, we have gossip. Gossip is the sin of idle or malicious talk about other people. Okay, it's passing on secrets of other people, asking you to not tell anybody, but you tell one or two people because it's okay, and then they tell one or two people. Whether it's true or false, it's talk about somebody else that does not need to take place. And then lastly, we have perjury. Perjury is the sin of lying under oath before God. For instance, you witness a crime that was being committed, and when you are called to the stand, you say that you did not see anything. Lying under oath. All right, so that ends the video for today. Again, sorry I couldn't make it in today. I look forward to seeing you on Monday. We're still going to have our test Tuesday. Okay, we only have a couple of slides left. We'll finish section 4. Vocab. Chapter 8 is due today. And chapter 9, vocab, is due Friday. Next Friday. Okay? Thank you very much. I apologize again. Make sure you get the notes, and I will see you on Monday.